In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value some items we got from the Raising Hope TV show. And then we're also going to value just a little bit of jewelry and jewelry boxes, some old vintage hats, and some RuPaul Drag Race memorabilia. A little bit of everything. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. So in today's episode, there's not as many toys to value as there are celebrity items. Like, I went to the Raising Hope official auction online and I bought some of the costumes from the show that some of the celebrities wore during the taping of the episodes. Now, Raising Hope lasted for 4 seasons. It was a super cute show about just a regular family trying to make it in today's world. Now, here are all the costumes I bought. I really didn't pay a lot for these, and I'm really not sure what they're worth, so I'm gonna have to kind of guess. Now, the main character, Jimmy, worked at a grocery store, and his girlfriend worked there. Her name was Sabrina, and this is her costume. And I figure it's worth about $100, and then the stand it's on is worth about $20. And then here's a screenshot I have of her from the episode where she was actually wearing the uniform. And then here's her promotional picture. All right, next up we have the grocery store uniform of Jimmy. His was red, and this one was actually worn in an episode where he's, I think, looking into his future, seeing himself as an older person still working at the grocery store. So here's a screenshot of him wearing the costume, and then here's his promotional picture. A couple episodes, the main woman character, Virginia, was a maid as her job, and then her cousin Delilah came to be a maid as well. And we have the costume of Delilah. This is Virginia in the maid costume, and then this was Delilah in the maid costume that we actually have. And I figure it's worth about $100 and $50 for the mannequin. All right, next up we have another costume. This was Jimmy's costume, the main character, when he was going through the goth stage, and here he is in the costume. It's one of the better known costumes, so I figure it's worth about $300 and then about $50 for the mannequin. All right, next up we have the Christmas sweater that was worn by Cloris Leachman, and she played Mama on the show. Now, Cloris Leachman is a famous celebrity, so I figured that sweater is worth about $150, and then the dress form it's on is worth about $25. And here's her screenshot of her actually wearing that costume. And then here's her publicity shot for Raising Hope. And then we have one of her autographed pictures of her in her Mama character. She was hilarious. All right, next up we have Bert Chance's pajama outfit with the pancakes on it. Now, I figure it's worth about $100, and then the mannequin's worth about $50. I also tried to win Virginia's costume, but I wasn't the highest bidder, and I can't remember what I paid for those. It was so long ago, over 10 years ago. And here's Bert's official publicity picture. All right, next up we have Barney, the grocery store manager, his Christmas elf costume. And it's pretty unique, so I figure it's worth about $150 and $75 for the mannequin. And then there's a screenshot of him wearing it. All right, next, the main woman star, Virginia. We have one of the dresses she wore. I figure it's worth at least $100, and that mannequin's worth about $75. And then here's a screenshot of her wearing the dress on the show. And they all come with the certificates to prove they're real. And then here's her publicity shot. And then the last one we have is the cool Dancing Dan. He was just a little background character that was in so many episodes. And we have one of his really cool costumes worth about $250, and the mannequin's worth about $75. But I don't have a screenshot of him wearing it. Then I kept some of the little forms on these little trunks. They're worth about $30. And we just have so much more stuff in this room. We have a little more Raise and Hope memorabilia. Here are a couple magazine ads that we framed up so everybody can see where the costumes came from. Those are worth $15. And then the signed picture of Jimmy, it's worth about $20. And then here's the second magazine ad we framed up. All right, then we have this little Raise and Hope promotional cereal worth about $15. And then we have this it was a promotional item up for your consideration for the Emmy Awards. It's worth about $20. And then we've got the DVD set. Season 1 is worth about $20. They're kind of valuable. Season 2 is worth $30. Season 3 is worth $30. And then Season 4 is also worth about $30. All right, and then up on that shelf, we had a Catherine's Collection poodle, and she's worth $250. She's pretty valuable. And then we have a frame poster of Grey Gardens worth about $15, and a couple old Life magazines, and they're worth about $15 each. We've got these vintage 80s little charm necklaces. They're worth about $20 for the set, and then the stand's worth about $8. So maybe $28 for all of that. Somebody would buy that because that's super cool. All right, then we have this little vintage jewelry box. I was surprised. It's worth at least $100. On eBay, it's $500. I don't know if that's super rare or people are just trying to get too much for it. This little bevel glass trinket box is worth about $20. And then these little jewelry boxes are worth about, ring boxes are worth $5 each. And this Elizabeth Taylor Christie's auction book with all the memorabilia in there they were putting up for auction, it's worth about $20. Just had a little bit of everything in this room. It's actually a guest bedroom. I turned it into just a storage room to put all those celebrity clothing and mannequins in. This little hand mirror is worth about $6. And this vintage little mannequin head, she's worth about $125. All right, let's move on to some vintage hats. Have this little vintage hat stand made out of metal, worth about $12. And then this feathered hat, I don't know if it was this color or this has been faded in the sun, so I'm just going to value it at $10 because I'm just not sure about that one. It's pretty cool either way, though. It doesn't have a tag in it either, so I don't know if it's designer or not. All right, next we have this little layered hat. This one is light blue, and it's probably worth about $20. And it's called, what is that, Clover Lane? And there's my helper Daisy. She likes to watch everything I'm doing. She's so funny. All right, we have this little bonnet. I don't think I'm actually going to keep that. I'm going to sell some of these at our estate sale. This one's pretty cool. It's like a leaf pattern hat. It's worth about $20. And then we have this one. It's white and it's got blue feathers on it. And it's actually a Henry Marga hat. And I looked it up. It's worth about $40. And this really pretty pink hat, we'll say it's worth about $20. And the little tags say Union Made. So these were made in America. All right, we have this really cute felt tan hat with the little felt flowers everywhere. I figure it's worth about $25. And then we have this little straw hat with feathers. I'd say it's worth about $15. And there's the maker of that one. Got this orange and black felt hat. It's got a few little holes in it. I don't know if those are moth holes or pin holes, so we'll just say it's worth about $20. It's pretty cool. And this little pink geometric looking hat's worth about $20. Some hats could be worth a lot more. If I don't know, I usually value stuff cheaper. All right, here comes our model Daisy. Let's see if she will not put that hat on. Oh, that would be cute. Such a cute picture if I could get it, but she wants to chew it, but she does not want to wear it. All right, anyway, the feathered hat's worth about $20, and this cute little floral hat is probably worth about $25. That's really cute. And then this one is orange and green and white. That's worth about $20. Need to clean it up a little bit, but that's a really cute hat. This flowered one, these remind me of Thelma Harper on Mama's Family. That one's worth about $20. This kind of floral neon bright colored hat's worth about $20. This little orange and yellow and white and red hat's worth about $20. And then this little blue velvet and pearl hat, probably worth about $20. And then another flowered hat, probably worth about $25. Those are a little more desirable. And then this cool little straw hat, the bow on the side, it's worth about $20. There's my helper. She does not want to wear the hats. She's keeping her distance from me. She does not like it. All right, I found this little purse. It's got a magnolia on it. It's actually made in the Philippines, but it's an American company. He was called Timmy Woods, and this is from Beverly Hills. And it's worth about $35. Some of his purses go all the way into the hundreds of dollars, so I don't think that's one of them, though. Here's a couple more hats. These are just beautiful and different. And I think all these could be valued at about $20 each. And then at the top, I don't really know what this is. It's a duck or a swan. It's not really a hat. I don't know if this is like a craft project, but probably worth about $15. That vintage metal hat rack's worth about $80. Now we have this tree out in the hallway that's full of birds and all kinds of cool ornaments. And I added all that up with the trees, worth about $300. And then we have this dress form that's covered in brooches, new and vintage. It's got hundreds of brooches on there, and it's worth at least $1,500. Probably a lot more than that, but I'm just gonna say $1,500. Then this art piece we made for the wall with all these vintage brooches is probably worth about $125. Had this cute little tassel we had hanging on the doorknob. It's worth about $8. And then we're gonna go to our RuPaul's stuff. This was a pose picture. It's only worth about $1. And then we had a couple Hurricane Bianca DVDs. And actually, they were a little more valuable than I thought. One's worth $25, and well, that one was worth $30, and then this one's worth $25. I guess they're kind of hard to find. And this little frame Chris March birthday card, it's worth about $3. And then we have some books. We have a Bianca Del Rio book. It's worth about $6. We have My Gorgeous Life by Dame Edna, and if you don't know her, she is hilarious. You should watch old videos of her. That's worth about $6. And then this Dame Edna book is worth about $12. It's a hardback. And then we have some Hello Possum glasses worth $15. Have this RuPaul doll with a black top from 2005 from Integrity Toys. It's worth $300. Then we have a couple more. This one in the red leather outfit is worth about $175. We got a couple of these on a cruise we went on where the RuPaul drag queens were there, and they were on clearance for $10. Had this painting of the season 7 queens. That's probably worth about $40. I painted this a long time ago. It might be worth more than that, but I like to try to keep my collection like priced conservatively, so I don't overprice everything. I want to keep it kind of realistic. All right, then we have another RuPaul doll. This one's in the orange and pink dress, and this one's worth about $300. And then we have a Pandora box picture, probably worth about $5. It is autographed, but I don't know if she's popular anymore. I have this RuPaul record. It's a vinyl record, Back to My Roots, worth about $25. And then we have this Supermodel Work vinyl album, worth about $12. And then we have this calendar from 1997, worth at least $20. And then we have these paper dolls. These are called Danny's Boys. I'm not too familiar with it, but it's worth about $15. Have some more books here. We have a DragCon 2018 program book worth about $15. Michelle Visage's Diva book worth about $8. A Dame Edna Rise of Western Civilization book worth about $5. A RuPaul book that says Letting It All Hang Out worth $30. A lot of people had it listed more than $30. And Working at RuPaul books worth $6. And the Frank Marino book, he's from Vegas, is worth about $13. I have this Chelsea book, kids book. I guess it's a kids book. It's worth about $25. Oops. And then we have a RuPaul paper doll book. It's worth about $18. And then we have this adult coloring book with RuPaul. And it's worth about $6. I have an old DragCon program book worth about $15. Miss Gay America program book worth about $10. And then another RuPaul DragCon program book worth about $15. And then we have some vintage calendars, a 2012 RuPaul calendar worth about $20. We'll probably not keep those. I don't know what those are. Let's see what else we have. Have a Showbiz Dame Edna magazine worth about $12. Another RuPaul calendar. Two of those. We'll probably sell one. It's worth about $20. We'll sell that one. And then we have another different RuPaul calendar from 2011 worth about $20. Have another DragCon program book worth about $15. A Danny LaRue program worth about $12. A Time Out magazine with a bunch of the drag queens on the cover worth about $6. A Lacage program from Vegas worth about $15. Another DragCon program book worth about $15. And then Life's a Drag paper doll book worth $25. Well, with our previous 457 videos of value on my toy collection, our collection was worth $1,137,166. Now with this video, with all of our celebrity items and so much miscellaneous stuff, we can add another $6,685 to our overall grand total. So that means for episode 458 of Value on My Toy Collection, our new grand total is $1,143,851. I always wanted to say I had $1 million toy collection, and now I can finally say it. I don't really think I'm a millionaire though. I think I'm more of a toyonaire because it's not cash money. But I've been just saving this stuff all my life, going to thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, toy stores, and shopping online, and it's just added up to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what all I have and what it's actually worth. And I'm also putting all the toys online on our Facebook page, and it's called the Toy Vault of Mississippi, so check that out too. And if you like our videos, please think about subscribing because it really helps us grow. So until our next video, we will see you then.